day 13 at the 2026 World Darts Championship, and it's also the final game before the Christmas break. So the final 8 matches before the darts stops until the 27th of December, and the final round 2 matches to complete the round 3 lineup. So we start off with the afternoon session, but before I get into any predictions, I just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful Christmas. Spend it with family, enjoy the food, the presents, etc, etc. And from me to all of you guys, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Johnny Tartar takes on Ryan Meikle. Johnny Tartar got through his first round match against the odds against Richie Edhouse. Ryan Meikle was near on perfect against Jesus Salate. I'm going to go 3-1 to the Barber. Daryl Gurney takes on Callan Rydz in a really interesting game. Obviously, Daryl Gurney got through that unbelievable thriller against Bo Greaves. Callan Rydz into the second round as well. It's going to be an interesting one, this, because Callan Rydz can beat Daryl Gurney. I think a lot of people are probably going to write Callan Rydz off due to Gurney being the seed, but I'm going to go 3-2 Callan Rydz. I'm going for it, 3-2 Rydz. Jermaine Wattimena, Scott Williams. Scott Williams absolutely loves the Alexandra Palace stage. Jermaine Wattimena's in good form. However, I'm going to go with Shaggy to get the job done. I think he's really up for this, Scott Williams. I'm going to go 3-1 to Scott Williams. Peter Wright against Arno Merck. Now, as much as this should be plain sailing for Peter Wright, we've seen Peter struggle in these games before, haven't we? I'm going to go 3-1 to Peter Wright because surely he does get the job done. Do I think Arno Merck has a chance? Of course he does. Peter Wright gives you too many opportunities, doesn't he? He was okay in his first round win over Nolan van Leuven. Arno Merck, of course, beat Kim Huybrechts. But I'm going to go 3-1 Peter Wright. So I've gone 3-1 Ryan Meikle, 3-2 Callan Rydz, 3-1 Scott Williams, and 3-1 to the 2-time world champ Peter Wright. Evening session starts with Danny Noppert taking on Justin Hood. Now, Justin was very good against Nick Kenny round 1. Danny Noppert, I can't remember who he beat in round 1 to be honest, but he obviously was solid getting into, I think it was Jurgen van der Velde, wasn't it, or Jamai van der Herrick, one of them. Danny Noppert, I'm going to go 3-0. I think he does get the job done, 3-0. Gary Anderson against Connor Scott is the second game in the evening. Gary Anderson survived the round 1 scare against Adam Hunt, while Connor Scott put out a fan favourite in Simon Whitlock. I'm going to go Gary. I think Gary wins it. I'm going to go for another 5-set thriller for both. Obviously, Gary nearly got beat in a 5-set thriller. Connor Scott had Simon Whitlock take him all the way in round 1. I'm going to go 3-2 to the Flying Scotsman. Michael Van Gerwen, William O'Connor. Van Gerwen nearly got beat by Tatsunami in round 1, didn't he? But in the end won it 3-1. Takes on William O'Connor, who dispatched Christoph Kachuk 3-0 and was excellent in that match, wasn't he? He was absolutely superb, the Magpie, against Christoph Kachuk. Do I think it's going to be more of the same? I think it's going to be a tight game. I do think it's going to be a tight game. Michael Van Gerwen, of course, will be the massive favourite. I'm going to go 3-1. And then the final game of the evening sees Josh Rock take on Joe Comito. Rock was nowhere near his best against Gemma Hayter. He didn't need to be at his fully best. I think Gemma sort of tired out during the game, or during the tail end of the game at least. So Josh Rock didn't really need to perform at his utmost best. Joe Comito obviously through to round 2 as well. I can't remember who he beat. I think it was a shock, but I can't remember who. And I think Josh Rock wins by 3-0. So I've gone Danny Noppert, 3-0 win over Justin Hood. Gary Anderson to beat Connor Scott by 3-2. Michael Van Gerwen to beat William O'Connor 3-1. And Josh Rock to beat Joe Comito by 3-0. Let me know your thoughts from day 13 predictions. As always, make sure to get them in the comment section down below. Subscribe, like, share, follow. And like I said, this is the final action until post-Christmas. So I hope that all of my followers, subscribers have an absolutely wonderful Christmas, get everything you want, spend it with your family, and yeah, speak to you after Christmas. Well, apart from the reaction to day 13, but apart from that, speak to you after Christmas.